All right, good morning. We are at the beginning of day 9. Had to think. There's Jim. All right, look at this. We got all the plumbing in. We got to test the water tank. We're gonna put our Webasto heater there. Electrical's all done. Let me show you, cabinets are going in. Boom. We're gonna have our little seat there. Gonna have a seat built there, Dometic cooler. We're actually gonna do a cut through on here. And that panel is gonna not only act as a doorway to block off the garage and the living area, or hanging out area, whatever you wanna call it. It's also gonna pop off and be a tabletop, and it's also gonna drop down and be a connector between the two seats. So if you wanted to have a third person sleep in here, you could. So anyway, that's what's going on in this van today. And so we are crawling under the van, and it is freezing weather outside today. It is cold and nasty. So it's a crappy day to be under a van, but we gotta do what we gotta do. So we're gonna suck it up and drive on. Anyway, day 9 of the build. We're rocking and rolling. All right, Clark's in there working away. We are going to give you some information about installing a Webasto heater. I've done these videos before, but I can't remember if I talked about this one part. This is your fuel line that's coming out. This one's black, this one's silver. Air intake, black. It's gonna go on here. It's got this little cutout for the wire that goes to the fuel pump. This is your silver exhaust. That one goes on this one with a ring clamp. Very important. The exhaust, you want to point that down and out past the side of the vehicle so that carbon monoxide and stuff doesn't go underneath. And try to run your air intake in a different direction so that it's not sucking in the carbon monoxide and running it through the same system. So it's impossible to totally keep it away, but if you can run like your exhaust out toward the edge of the van and run your air intake the opposite direction, maybe even on the other side of an I-beam or something underneath the van, that really makes things good. Also, I have found it much easier, instead of drilling 5 little holes, 2 holes, so now you got 5 spots. All right. I was recording this earlier, but I think my battery died. So anyway, this is the fuel intake from your fuel pump, or the pump that comes with it. Black tube goes on the black one. Your exhaust silver goes on the silver one with ring clamps. It's much easier to cut one big hole and put butyl tape around the edge and then anchor it down with these outer bolts. Have everything pre-screwed on, and then you just drop it through the big hole in your floor, put butyl tape, bolt it down, caulk the underside. Make sure anywhere you cut metal, you spray with Rust-Oleum paint so that it doesn't rust. Then you're in business. So anyway, we're doing the Ford ProMaster today. I don't know if you can see this. The guy, we were in here working like beavers. Look at them, they're doing ship flapping stuff. I'm doing stuff over there, and it is snowing. It is snowing outside. But we do whatever it takes to get the job done. What's a little cold. So anyway, all right, we'll give you an update. We ordered the nipples that go on the top of the fuel tank. So one of the vans has fuel tank dropped on the ground, so we can't move it because Ford has it wrong in their book. For a 2020, they have it as a -B, and it should be a -A part number. B is for diesels, A is for gas. But for 2020, they screwed up in their book somehow. So I got a -B if anybody wants it, because it's worthless to me. But I do got 3 -A's coming because we got 3 Webasto heaters we're installing. So anyway, we are testing the shore power. Look at that. Boom, Jim's in there. We got it hooked up shore power, charged up the batteries, because there's obviously no solar whenever it's snowing. And we're using the vehicle battery setup that we set up to run our space heaters in the van. So we're definitely testing the load on everything. Anyway, we'll keep you updated when we get those nipples in on Monday, and we'll get underneath the van and show you the details on that. All right, here we are in the war zone. It's been snowing like crazy. Oh, sorry about that. Here we are, we're in the war zone. It's been snowing like crazy. We got water tanks going in. We had to flex seal all that stuff to make sure nothing ever leaks. Car's got the box built over here to protect all the batteries. Look how good that. We're gonna have some I think they're 400 or 500 pound, 50-inch slides. Those are some big heavy duty mothers right there. Anyway, we're gonna build a box for the ladies. They can put their bikes on and slide it out. So we gotta get this box. Look, we got the Webasto heater mounted back there. We're gonna put their water filtration system in. I just gotta make my 500,000th run to Lowe's. We have the hole drilled under there where their gray water's gonna come out. Look at this. Boom, that's where that's gonna go. That's gonna make like a long bench. We're gonna cut a hole here. Their tabletop's gonna come out. And then Clark even put some little hidden storage bins underneath their seats for them. This is gonna be the size of their tabletop, which is gonna fit like this on a lagoon mount. It'll come swivel like this, or somehow, we don't know yet. We're not really sure. But anyway, look at this. This is all getting framed in. This is what the mule bags are gonna mount onto. That's gonna be their reading light over their bed. It's got a big arm that kind of comes up and arches. So anyway, that's where we're at. We finally got the little fuel tips in from Ford. They were telling me mid-December. I was like, oh no, that's BS. I gotta have them somewhere. But anyway, we found them. So they have the wrong part number in their book, but here's what they look like. Yellow, that's supposedly the one that fits on gas. The blue one is for diesel. So we're gonna go put this on and see how it works. Stay tuned. All right, we got Jim, who's the backup cameraman. We got this thing dropped on the ground. So let me show you what happens here. So you have this fitting. See the one with the yellow? That is the new one. Ring clamp goes to a piece of tubing, goes to the hard line. You want this run pretty short. This goes into an inline fuel filter that came with the Webasto. This little tube came with the Webasto. It goes onto the nipple of the fuel pump. The arrow on the fuel pump's pointing outward. Then that goes back, and then that runs all the way back over there, which you can't see, which is where it goes through the floor and up. So anyway, we're gonna lift this tank back up, mount it up. It's not that heavy, we can see. I'm trying to do it with one hand, but, well, I see it's not, but you can see me moving it. I can move it with one hand. And anyway, we're gonna get this thing mounted back up. Then you have to fill the fuel tank, because the native secondary fuel auxiliary tube only goes 3/4 of the way down, so that you can't run your tank completely dry. So that's a good safety feature. So we're gonna get this done, go fill it all the way up, and then we'll be able to turn it on and test it. So anyway, we're gonna get this thing mounted. Talk to y'all later. Oh, this is day, I can't remember what day it is, 8, 9, 10. Today's day 11 of the build. So anyway, Webasto heater's done, and Clark's in there finishing out the inside.